The Seattle-based chain only had 4 stores. He is now CEO of a company with more than 19,000 locations in 62 countries. Tomorrow, Starbucks makes another big move, opening its first tea house in New York City. Howard Schultz is here for an interview you will see only on CBS this morning. Welcome.
Thank you, Charlie.
I assume you go into tea because there's a market for it.
How about a $90 billion global market?
Yeah, that big.
That is ripe for innovation, and on 85th and Madison tomorrow, you'll be able to walk into a shrine for tea with Teavana, and this is the future of our company. We're going to bring tea stores to America and tea stores to Asia.
Why not make them part of a Starbucks store? Why make a separate store called Teavana?
We sell tea in Starbucks, but I think the experience is very different. I think coffee is something that is quick, it's transactional, and I think tea is more Zen-like. Yeah. It requires a different environment. I think people really want to spend more time around tea, and I think tea requires a different explanation.
But you're doing more than tea, though, Howard, because, listen, I love your mission statement: to inspire, to nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, one neighborhood at a time. You're doing tea, you're doing juices.
Yes.
You have the lock on coffee. There is outrage, though, that you've dropped the pumpkin bread. Maybe you could talk to somebody about that. But why do you think...
Is that outrage more than one person?
Outrage, but right now it's Chris Licht, our executive producer.
He's told me that on the radio.
But why is it important to expand beyond coffee? Because you have such a lock on coffee and you do it so well.
Oh. Well, I think the growth of the company and the license that Starbucks has is to participate in other food and beverage opportunities. We have a global business in 62 countries, and in many parts of the world, tea is much, much bigger than coffee. And we're going to bring tea and bring our capability and our understanding of what we've done for coffee to tea.
You talk about Starbucks as an experience, and watching you, you've become and been called an activist CEO. Yes. You wade a lot into politics. You ever worried about the backlash?
Well, I think what we've tried to do is enter subjects with civility and respect. But when I watched the government shutdown last week and saw the fracturing of so many people's lives who did not have a voice, given the fact that we got stores in every community in America, I thought, let's give people a voice. And in 2.5 days, almost 2 million people signed that petition. We delivered it to the White House and Congress. And I think what's going on in Washington, candidly, is shameful. Mm-hmm. And I think more businesses and more business leaders should speak out, and we can't be a bystander and watch this thing unfold like this.
But you also personally asked gun rights activists to stop bringing guns into Starbucks stores. Why?
Yeah. Well, I don't think many people understand that in America today, 45 states have an open carry law where it is legal to walk into a retail store and carry a weapon. Now, despite the fact that it's legal, I think most customers at Starbucks and most of our people are somewhat uncomfortable to see somebody walk in with a gun. So we didn't ban it. We just respectfully asked people, please don't bring a gun in Starbucks, and they responded positively.
I assume you mean by that because the people have their guns registered, they can come in.
Correct.
And yeah. Now you're saying even if they're registered, don't bring them into Starbucks.
I just don't think a weapon should be part of the Starbucks experience. We are not pro or anti-gun. We're just don't think it's part of what we do.
And what if it's a police officer? You want him to...
No, any veteran or... just people who are citizens carrying a gun.
I know that you're big in China.
Yes.
But there's a little bit of a kerfluffle in China because they're talking about the prices. They said that in China, we pay $4.43 in China for something that costs $3 here.
Yes.
What do you say about that, Howard?
Well, there has been a lot of news in the last 2 days in China.
Yeah.
So we've been in business there for 15 years. We've had an excellent relationship with the Chinese government, with our customers there. And I think in the last 2 days, all we've tried to do is be 100% transparent. Our cost of setting up the business in China and our cost in doing business in China is actually more than it's been in many other markets. So that is why we've charged more money. And in the last 24 hours, people have begun to understand that.
It's just a matter of explaining it to them because they're thinking, why are we paying more?
Yeah, and I think the issue for all of us in business today is we must be transparent and truthful, and that's what we've tried to do.
All right. Do you ever have to wait in line in Starbucks?
All the time.
I'm telling you, lines are very long, just saying.
All the time.
That's a good thing. Howard Schultz, we thank you.